A symphony of silence, water, in its purest form, whispers a silent melody. Crystal clear, it reflects the world around it in a distorted mirror, capturing slivers of sky and the dance of sunlight on its surface. It holds secrets within its depths, a mesmerizing darkness promising hidden mysteries. It can be a gentle caress, a soft kiss on the skin as a cool stream meanders over sun-warmed pebbles. It can be a playful tickle, a playful tug at your toes as waves chase each other onto the shore. But it can also be a powerful embrace, a surging tide that lifts you off your feet and carries you away in its relentless current. Sunlight paints shimmering diamonds on its surface, each dancing ray refracting to create a kaleidoscope of color. As day surrenders to night, the moon casts an ethereal glow, transforming still waters into pools of liquid silver. Water is a sculptor of shadows, carving canyons in its depths and hiding secrets in its swirling darkness. Water sings 1,000 songs, the gentle trickle of a mountain stream, the rhythmic crash of waves against the shore, the thunderous roar of a waterfall, each a unique voice in the great chorus of the liquid world. Wind whispers secrets through reeds, creating music that stirs the soul. Even in its frozen silence, water speaks a language of cracking ice and the creak of glaciers. Water can be as smooth as polished glass, a mirror reflecting the world with perfect clarity. It can be a churning cauldron, whipped into a frenzy by the wind, its surface a frothy battlefield of whitecaps. It can be a gentle blanket of mist, soft and wispy against the skin, or a biting hailstone that stings with icy fury. Water sustains us, a simple molecule that carries the essence of life within its bonds. It quenches our thirst, a cool elixir that revives the parched soul. It nourishes the land, feeding plants that become the food that sustains us and the creatures we share our world with. In its bitter tang of oceans and the sweetness.
Water, chemical formula H2O, is an inorganic, transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance, which is the main constituent of Earth's hydrosphere and the fluids of all known living organisms, in which it acts as a solvent. It is vital for all known forms of life, even though it provides neither food, energy, nor micronutrients. Its chemical formula, H2O, indicates that each of its molecules contains one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms, connected by covalent bonds. The hydrogen atoms are attached to the oxygen atom at an angle of 104.45 degrees. Water is the name of the liquid state of H2O at standard conditions for temperature and pressure. Water, as found in nature, almost always includes various dissolved substances, and special steps are required to obtain chemically pure water. Water is the only common substance to exist as a solid, liquid, and gas in normal terrestrial conditions. The liquid phase of the chemical compound H2O is water. The solid phase of water is ice, and the gaseous phase is water vapor or steam. Water is a relentless sculptor, carving valleys and molding mountains. It is a destroyer, unleashing the fury of floods and tsunamis, a force that reshapes the very face of the earth. It is a builder, depositing rich silt that creates fertile plains and nourishes life. Water is a paradox, both gentle and fierce, a constant reminder of the raw power that lies beneath the surface. Water transcends boundaries, flowing across continents and uniting nations. It carries cultures and stories, whispers of faraway lands and the lapping of waves on a distant shore. It connects us, reminding us that we are all part of the same vast, interconnected ocean of life. So let us listen to the whispers of the waves, the murmur of the streams, and the roar of the waterfalls. Let us learn from its stories, respect its power, and protect its precious essence. For in the symphony of water, our own future echoes, waiting to be composed.
Water, the very elixir of life, is not just a static substance. It's a captivating dancer, pirouetting between three distinct forms: ice, liquid, and vapor, under the delicate guidance of temperature. This enchanting metamorphosis, known as a phase transition, reveals the hidden depths of this ubiquitous molecule and its profound impact on our world. From crystal palace to liquid oasis, imagine a world draped in a shimmering blanket of ice. That's where our journey begins, with water molecules tightly bound in a rigid, crystalline lattice. As the sun's gentle warmth bathes this frozen landscape, a silent revolution unfolds. The bonds holding the molecules together begin to loosen. Their ordered dance turning into a waltz of freedom. Slowly, the crystalline palace melts, giving way to a shimmering pool of liquid water. A breath of air, but water's thirst for transformation doesn't end there. With a surge of heat, its molecules break free altogether, shedding their liquid shackles and morphing into wispy tendrils of vapor. This is evaporation, the process that paints the sky with fluffy clouds and fuels the mighty engines of the weather system. The cycle turns, however, our dancing molecule is a cyclical performer. As the earth cools, the vapor yearns to return to its liquid embrace. In a breathtaking display of condensation, the air becomes thick with tiny droplets, clinging to leaves and shimmering like diamonds on spider webs. These droplets gather, whispering secrets to each other, until they merge into streams, rivers, and eventually, back into the vast ocean. From solid leap to ethereal embrace, but water's repertoire doesn't stop there. In a breathtaking display of versatility, it can skip the liquid stage altogether. Under the watchful gaze of a frigid moon, ice crystals can transform directly into vapor in a process called sublimation. This ethereal dance sculpts the snow-capped peaks and fuels the wispy tales of comets, painting the cosmos with frozen tears. Imagine a shimmering blue sphere, cradled in the vast expanse of space. This is our planet, Earth, and its surface is painted with a magnificent mosaic of water in all its forms: oceans, rivers, glaciers, clouds, and even the tiniest dewdrop clinging to a blade of grass. This ever-changing tapestry is the hydrosphere, the grand ensemble of water that defines our planet and sustains life as we know it. A realm of abundant waters, the Earth's hydrosphere is truly vast, encompassing a staggering 1.386 billion cubic kilometers of water. That's enough to fill 1.33 billion bathtubs. But where is all this water hiding? The ocean's embrace. The undisputed champion of the hydrosphere is the ocean, holding a whopping 96.5% of all Earth's water. Imagine a deep, sapphire expanse stretching across 71% of the planet's surface, teeming with life and whispering ancient secrets in its rolling waves. Image of Earth's oceans, frozen giants, locked away in glaciers and ice caps lies another 1.7% of Earth's water, these majestic frozen behemoths sculpting landscapes and whispering tales of a colder past. Image of Earth's glaciers, underground treasures. Hidden beneath the Earth's surface lies a vast reservoir of groundwater, accounting for 1.7% of our planet's water. This precious resource nourishes plants, quenches our thirst, and sustains ecosystems in the driest of lands. Image of Earth's groundwater, a breath of water vapor. Though seemingly invisible, water vapor in the atmosphere holds 0.001% of Earth's water, playing a crucial role in the water cycle and shaping the clouds that dance across the sky. Image of water vapor in the atmosphere, tiny titans. The remaining 0.008% of Earth's water is found in lakes, rivers, swamps, and even the water within living organisms. These seemingly small pockets of water play an outsized role in supporting diverse ecosystems and sustaining life.
A dynamic dance, the hydrosphere is not a static pool, but a vibrant symphony of movement. Water embarks on a magnificent journey through the hydrologic cycle, a continuous dance of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Sun-kissed transformation, the sun's warmth fuels evaporation, pulling water molecules from oceans, lakes, and even leaves to form wispy clouds in the sky. Cool embrace, as the air cools, condensation transforms the vapor back into tiny droplets, painting the sky with fluffy clouds and eventually releasing them as rain, snow, or hail. The journey returns. This precious precipitation nourishes the land, filling rivers and lakes, and eventually trickles back into the ocean, completing the cycle. The engine of life, the hydrosphere is not just a pretty face, it's the very engine of life on Earth. It sculpts the land, rivers carve valleys, glaciers gouge out mountains, and waves shape coastlines, testament to the immense power of water. Sustains ecosystems, from the sunlit coral reefs to the lush rainforests. Water nourishes diverse ecosystems, providing a haven for countless species. Regulates climate, oceans absorb vast amounts of heat, moderating global temperatures and influencing weather patterns. Quenches our thirst, we rely on fresh water from rivers, lakes, and groundwater for drinking, sanitation, and agriculture. A future uncertain, despite its abundance, the Earth's hydrosphere faces growing challenges. Climate change disrupts the water cycle, melting glaciers, threatening water security, and intensifying extreme weather events. Pollution contaminates our precious water resources, posing risks to human health and ecosystems. Guardians of the hydrosphere, protecting the hydrosphere is not just a necessity, it's a responsibility. We must conserve water. Every drop saved helps replenish our diminishing resources. Reduce pollution, treating wastewater, and minimizing our environmental impact are crucial to safeguarding water quality.
The story of water on Earth is an epic saga, a narrative woven with shimmering rivers, vast oceans, and hidden aquifers. It's a tapestry of abundance and scarcity, a story of life's elixir, flowing across continents and quenching the thirst of countless ecosystems. So, where does this precious resource come from? Buckle up, for we're about to embark on a global adventure to explore the diverse sources of water availability. Surface water, a majestic tapestry. Let's first set foot on the Earth's vibrant surface, where the sun kisses and sculpts the water in a myriad of forms. Transboundary rivers, imagine mighty veins running across continents, nourishing lands and connecting communities. These transboundary rivers, like the Nile, Amazon, and Mekong, carry life-giving water across international borders, shaping history and culture along their journeys. Rainfall, a symphony of droplets dancing in the sky, painting landscapes with emerald green and nourishing every blade of grass. Rainfall, in all its forms, gentle drizzle or torrential downpour, replenishes surface water bodies and infiltrates the ground, sustaining life from the mountains to the plains. In-stream waters, nestled within the embrace of rivers, are hidden gems, lakes, ponds, and wetlands. These in-stream water bodies are sanctuaries for diverse species, cradles for life, and vital stopovers for migrating birds. Static waters, like giant mirrors reflecting the sky, stand the majestic lakes and lagoons. These static water bodies, from the vast expanse of Lake Baikal to the serene beauty of Kashmir's Dal Lake, provide drinking water, irrigation, and a haven for recreation and tourism. Sea and ocean, the grand expanse of blue, embracing continents and whispering ancient secrets, is the ocean. This saline giant holds 96.5% of Earth's water, regulating temperatures, shaping weather patterns, and teeming with life from the sunlit coral reefs to the mysterious depths of the abyss.
Ice and glaciers, from the icy grip of the Arctic to the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas, glaciers and ice sheets stand as frozen giants. These majestic stores of fresh water, remnants of a colder past, are vital sources of river flow and hold the key to understanding past climate changes. Groundwater, a hidden treasure, but the story of water doesn't end at the surface. Beneath our feet lies a hidden treasure trove, groundwater. This precious resource, stored in porous rock formations called aquifers, sustains ecosystems in arid regions, provides drinking water for millions, and irrigates vast agricultural lands. Shallow aquifers, imagine readily accessible springs bubbling up from the ground, replenished by recent rainfall. These shallow aquifers are easily tapped into, providing water for rural communities and small-scale agriculture. Deep aquifers, deeper beneath the surface lie ancient reserves, locked away for millennia. These deep aquifers hold vast quantities of water, untouched by recent pollution, but require sophisticated technology to access. Permafrost, in the frozen realms of the Arctic and Siberia. A unique form of groundwater exists, permafrost. This permanently frozen ground holds a significant amount of fresh water. But as temperatures rise due to climate change, the thawing permafrost poses environmental and infrastructure challenges. This global tapestry of water availability is not uniform. Some regions bask in abundance, while others grapple with scarcity. Factors like precipitation patterns, topography, climate change, and human interventions all play a role in shaping this complex equation. Arid regions. Imagine vast deserts stretching under a blazing sun, where every drop of water is precious. Arid regions, like the Sahara and Atacama, face limited rainfall and rely heavily on groundwater and desalination for their water needs. Tropical regions. Conversely, equatorial zones experience abundant rainfall.
Water, the seemingly simple molecule H2O, is the very essence of life on Earth. It's not just a drink to quench our thirst, it's the thread that weaves the intricate tapestry of existence, a lifeblood coursing through every vein of our planet. Why is water so vital? Let's dive deeper into its profound impact. Sustaining life. First and foremost, water is the elixir of life. Our bodies are 60% water, and every cell, from the tiniest neuron to the mightiest muscle, needs it to function. It transports nutrients, regulates temperature, lubricates joints, and flushes out toxins. Without water, life as we know it simply wouldn't exist. Agriculture. Imagine vast fields swaying with golden grain, orchards bursting with juicy fruits, and vibrant vegetable gardens teeming with life. Water is the lifeblood of agriculture, nourishing crops and ensuring food security for billions. From irrigation systems quenching thirsty fields to hydroponics nurturing plants in arid regions, water is the silent hero behind every bountiful harvest. Fisheries. Dive into the vibrant coral reefs teeming with countless species, or witness the majestic whales gliding through the ocean's depths. Water is the cradle of life for countless aquatic ecosystems, providing a habitat for diverse species and supporting vital fisheries that nourish millions. From the humble sardines to the mighty tuna, water sustains the delicate balance of life in our oceans, rivers, and lakes. Industry. Imagine factories humming with activity, churning out products that fuel our modern world. Water is the unsung hero of industry, powering turbines, cooling machinery, and participating in countless industrial processes. From textile production to chemical manufacturing, water is the essential ingredient in the engine of our modern economy. Commercial navigation. Picture vast cargo ships traversing the oceans, connecting continents and delivering goods to every corner of the globe. Water is the highway of commerce. Power supply. Imagine the lights flickering on, illuminating homes and cities with the power of water. Hydropower is a clean and renewable energy source, harnessing the force of flowing water to generate electricity. From towering dams on mighty rivers to micro-hydropower turbines in remote villages, water provides a sustainable way to power our world and combat climate change. Domestic use. From the first sip of water in the morning to the final shower before bed, water is woven into the fabric of our daily lives. We use it for cooking, cleaning, sanitation, and countless other domestic needs. It's the foundation of hygiene and health, ensuring a clean and comfortable life for all. Recreation. Imagine a child splashing in a lake, a kayaker gliding down a river, or a surfer carving through the waves. Water is the source of endless recreational opportunities. From swimming and boating to fishing and diving, water provides a playground for millions, promoting physical activity and mental well-being. Culture. Religion. water transcends its physical form to hold deep cultural and religious significance. From sacred rivers like the Ganges and Nile to cleansing rituals in various faiths, water is a symbol of purity, renewal, and spiritual transformation. It's woven into myths and legends, inspiring art, music, and literature throughout history. Water is not just a resource, it's the very essence of our planet, the lifeblood of every ecosystem, and the foundation of every human civilization. Understanding and appreciating its profound impact on our lives is crucial for protecting this precious resource and ensuring a sustainable future for all. So, the next time you turn on the tap, take a moment to appreciate the magic of water, the invisible thread that connects us all and sustains the vibrant tapestry of life on Earth.
The growing thirst. Let's explore the reasons behind the increasing demand for fresh water. Imagine a world painted in vibrant shades of blue, crisscrossed by shimmering rivers and cradled by vast oceans. This abundant picture, however, masks a growing concern: the increasing demand for fresh water. Like a rising tide, our need for this precious resource is outpacing its availability, creating a complex challenge for the future. Let's dive deeper into the factors driving this thirsty trend. 1. A swelling population. At the heart of the issue lies the sheer number of us. The global population is estimated to reach 9.7 billion by 2050, a staggering increase that puts immense pressure on our freshwater resources. Every new life requires water for drinking, sanitation, and hygiene, straining existing supplies and demanding innovative solutions. 2. Cultivating a hungry world. As our population grows, so does our need for food. This translates to more irrigation, the lifeblood of modern agriculture. From vast rice paddies in Asia to sprawling cornfields in America, countless crops rely on fresh water to flourish. This growing demand for agricultural water, particularly in arid regions, further stretches limited supplies. 3. Aspiring for a better life. Rising living standards across the globe bring with them an increased consumption of water at home. Modern amenities like washing machines, dishwashers, and even longer showers contribute to the growing domestic demand. As developing countries experience economic growth, their water consumption is expected to rise considerably, adding to the global pressure. 4. The urbanization tide. As more people migrate to cities, the urban water infrastructure struggles to keep pace. Leaky pipes, inefficient systems, and growing populations create a perfect storm for urban water scarcity. Megacities around the world are already facing water challenges, highlighting the need for sustainable urban water management solutions. Beyond the numbers, a looming crisis. These converging factors paint a concerning picture. According to the World Wildlife Fund, global freshwater withdrawals are expected to increase by 40% by 2030, while half of the world's population already experiences water scarcity for at least 1 month per year. The consequences of this rising demand are far-reaching, potentially impacting food security. Water shortages can cripple agricultural production, leading to food price hikes and shortages, particularly in vulnerable regions. Ecosystem health. Reduced water availability can harm rivers, wetlands, and other freshwater ecosystems, impacting biodiversity and the services they provide. Social conflicts. Competition for limited water resources can fuel tensions and conflicts between communities and even nations. Meeting the challenge. A call to action. The growing demand for fresh water is not an insurmountable obstacle. We can address this challenge head-on by conserving water. Implementing simple practices like fixing leaky faucets, taking shorter showers, and using water-efficient appliances can make a significant difference. Investing in sustainable infrastructure. Upgrading our water infrastructure, from efficient irrigation systems to leak detection technology, is crucial for reducing waste and maximizing usage. Protecting water sources. Preserving and restoring our natural water sources, such as forests and wetlands, is essential for ensuring long-term water security. Embracing innovation, exploring new technologies like desalination, wastewater treatment, and rainwater harvesting can provide alternative sources of fresh water. By working together, we can ensure that our growing thirst for fresh water does not turn into a crisis. Recognizing the reasons behind the increasing demand and taking proactive steps to address it is essential for securing a sustainable future, where water, the elixir of life, continues to flow abundantly for generations to come.
Water Stress Index, gauging our thirsty planet. The Water Stress Index is a powerful tool that measures the pressure humans put on a region's freshwater resources. Imagine it as a gauge on your car's dashboard. But instead of fuel, it tells you how close a region is to running out of water. The Water Stress Index is calculated by dividing a region's total annual water withdrawal by its total renewable water resources. A score of below 25% indicates low stress, while anything above 40% signifies high stress. This index helps us understand where water scarcity is most severe. Countries like Somalia, Yemen, and Qatar consistently face high water stress, highlighting the need for targeted support. How climate change impacts water availability. Droughts and erratic rainfall patterns can dramatically increase water stress, urging us to adapt and become more resilient. The pressure on freshwater ecosystems, high water stress can damage rivers, wetlands, and harm aquatic life, emphasizing the need for sustainable water management practices. Understanding the WSI can guide policymakers, NGOs, and individuals in prioritizing water conservation efforts. It identifies regions where saving every drop is crucial. 2. Planning for future water needs. It helps anticipate future water shortages and invest in sustainable solutions. 3. Promoting global water cooperation. The Water Stress Index highlights the interconnectedness of water challenges, encouraging collaborative solutions across borders. The Water Stress Index is not a crystal ball, but it's a valuable tool to raise awareness, inform decision-making, and pave the way for a future where everyone has access to this precious resource. Water Stress Index, gauging our thirsty planet. The Water Stress Index is a powerful tool that measures the pressure humans put on a region's freshwater resources. Imagine it as a gauge on your car's dashboard. But instead of fuel, it tells you how close a region is to running out of water.
Water, the humble H2O, is far more than just a drink. It's a versatile wonder, playing countless roles in our daily lives and across the globe. 1. Hydration hero, quenching our thirst is its most basic, yet vital, function. Water transports nutrients, regulates body temperature, and keeps our organs happy. 2. Agricultural ace, from thirsty crops to sprawling fields, water nourishes the world's food supply. Irrigation systems and careful water management are crucial for agricultural success. 3. Industrial powerhouse, water fuels industries. Cooling machinery, powering turbines, and participating in countless manufacturing processes. It's the hidden engine behind many everyday products. 4. Domestic dynamo, from washing dishes and clothes to showering and sanitation, water is the backbone of our daily routines. It keeps us clean, healthy, and comfortable. 5. Transportation titan, imagine majestic ships gliding across oceans and barges carrying goods down rivers. Water is the highway of global trade, connecting continents and facilitating economic growth. 6. Power playmaker, hydropower, harnessing the force of flowing water, is a clean and renewable energy source. From towering dams to micro-hydro turbines, water illuminates homes and cities. 7. Recreational rockstar, whether it's swimming in lakes, kayaking on rivers, or surfing waves, water provides endless leisure opportunities. It's a source of fun, adventure, and physical activity. 8. Cultural icon, from sacred rivers like the Ganges to cleansing rituals. In various faiths, water holds deep cultural and religious significance. It's woven into myths, legends, and art throughout history. 9. Ecological ally, water sustains life in rivers, lakes, and oceans, creating vibrant ecosystems that support countless species. It's the lifeblood of our planet's biodiversity. 10. Future focus. As populations grow and climate change intensifies, managing water sustainably is crucial. Let's use it wisely, protect it. Hydrology, like a shimmering river branching into its tributaries, encompasses a diverse range of subfields, each dedicated to a specific aspect of water's movement, distribution, and management. Let's dive into some of these fascinating domains. 1. Surface water hydrology. This branch focuses on the behavior of water on the Earth's surface, from the gushing torrents of rivers to the vast expanses of lakes and oceans. Hydrologists in this field study river flow, flood dynamics, wave patterns, and the intricate interactions between water and landforms. 2. Groundwater hydrology. This realm delves into the hidden world beneath our feet, investigating the behavior of water stored in underground aquifers. Understanding groundwater replenishment, flow dynamics, and the impact of human activities on this vital resource is crucial for sustainable water management in many regions. 3. Hydroclimatology. This subfield explores the intricate relationship between water and climate. Hydroclimatologists study the impact of climate change on water resources, precipitation patterns, and extreme weather events like floods and droughts. Their insights are essential for adapting to a changing climate and ensuring water security. 4. Ecohydrology. This fascinating branch examines the interconnections between water and ecosystems. Ecohydrologists study the role of water in maintaining healthy riverine ecosystems, wetlands, and forests. They assess the impact of human activities on these delicate environments and develop strategies for their preservation. 5. Hydrometeorology. This subfield bridges the gap between meteorology and hydrology, focusing on the relationship between atmospheric processes and water on Earth. Hydrometeorologists study precipitation patterns, cloud formation, and the impact of climate change on weather systems, providing vital information for flood forecasting, water resource management, and agricultural planning. The hydrological cycle. The hydrological cycle is a continuous natural process which helps in exchange of water between the atmosphere, the land, the ocean, living plants, and animals. The entire process involves condensation. Air temperature decreases with height. As water vapor carried upwards by air, it is cooled, leading to condensation. This is the process by which water vapor, gas, is turned to liquid or solid. Precipitation. Precipitation is any product of the condensation of atmospheric water vapor that falls under gravity. Rain is the most common type, but snow and hail are included as well. Runoff. Water flows over the ground surface, finding its way into rivers and streams, known as runoff. Infiltration. Water that seeps into the ground. It depends on soil characteristics, land cover type, slope of the ground, evaporation. Water from oceans, seas, and water surfaces on land, such as rivers, lakes, etc., is changed from water droplets to water vapor in the atmosphere, which is known as evaporation. It takes place due to heat, transpiration, water lost from vegetation, trees and plants, mainly from their leaves, is known as transpiration. Evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration, ET, is a term used to describe the sum of evaporation and plant transpiration from the Earth's land surface to the atmosphere. Importance of hydrological cycle. Lifeblood. It delivers fresh water, the elixir of life, quenching thirst and nourishing ecosystems. Sculptor. It carves canyons, shapes coastlines, and paints the planet with diverse landforms. Climate regulator. It moderates temperatures, influences weather, and drives the dynamic interplay of our planet's atmosphere. ecosystem ally. It sustains wetlands, rivers, and oceans, supporting a vibrant kaleidoscope of life. Civilization's backbone, it fuels agriculture, generates power, and facilitates transportation, impacting societies throughout history.
Areas of marsh, fen, peat land or water, whether natural or artificial. Permanent or temporary, with water that is static or flowing. Fresh, brackish or salt, including areas with marine water, the depth of which at low tides does not exceed 6 meters. Article 1, Ramsar Convention on Wetlands, 1971. The Ramsar Convention on Wetlands of international importance, especially those providing waterfowl habitat, is an intergovernmental international treaty which was established in 1971 by UNESCO. It is also known as the Convention on Wetlands. It is named after the city of Ramsar in Iran, where the convention was signed in 1971. It came into force in 1975. IT provides for national action and international cooperation regarding the conservation of wetlands and wise sustainable use of their resources. As of April 2022, there are 2,437 Ramsar sites around the world, protecting 254,691,993 hectares, 629,357,620 acres, and 171 national governments are participating. Waterfowl is a very diverse family of birds that include swans, geese, and ducks. They can be found on every continent except Antarctica and inhabit a variety of habitats including the high Arctic, the tropics, and even the ocean. Wetlands classification, globally, the Ramsar classification system for wetland type is a wetland classification developed within the Ramsar Convention intended as a means for fast identification of the main types of wetlands for the purposes of the convention. Human-made wetlands, sad phase 1, aquaculture ponds, 2. Ponds, farm and stock ponds, small stock tanks, or area less than 8 hectares, 3 irrigated land. 4. Seasonally flooded agricultural land, 5. Salt exploitation sites. 6. Water storage areas/reservoirs, 7. Excavations. 8. Wastewater treatment areas, 9. Canals and drainage channels or ditches. The convention entered into force in Bangladesh on September 21, 1992. Bangladesh currently has 2 sites designated as wetlands of international importance, Ramsar sites.
Rivers, Earth's veins lifeblood, flowing arteries carrying freshwater across landscapes, nourishing ecosystems, and supporting human civilizations. Sculptors, carving valleys, shaping deltas, and depositing fertile soil, creating diverse landscapes. Transportation, highways for trade and travel. Historically facilitating cultural exchange and economic growth. Renewable resource, continuously replenished by rain and snow, offering a reliable source of water for irrigation and hydropower. Challenges, pollution, overexploitation, and climate change threaten their health and the communities they sustain. Canals, engineered waterways, irrigation arteries, channeling water to arid regions, transforming barren lands into agricultural powerhouses. Transportation links, connecting inland waterways and ports, facilitating trade and boosting economic activity. Engineering marvels, showcasing human ingenuity, spanning valleys, tunneling mountains, and defying natural barriers. Environmental concerns, can disrupt natural water flow, impact ecosystems, and introduce invasive species. Sustainability, careful planning and management are crucial to minimize environmental impact and maximize benefits. Estuaries, where fresh meets salt mixing zones, where rivers meet the ocean, creating a unique blend of freshwater and saltwater, fostering diverse life forms. Nurseries of the sea, providing critical habitat for fish, shellfish, and birds, playing a vital role in marine ecosystems. Natural filters, trapping pollutants and sediments from rivers, protecting coastal waters and marine life. vulnerable ecosystems, sensitive to changes in salinity, pollution, and development, requiring careful protection. Balancing act, managing human activities and protecting estuaries, ensures the health of both freshwater and marine ecosystems. Each river, canal, and estuary has its own unique story, challenges, and significance. Let's protect it.
Liquid threads weaving across continents, whispering secrets to ancient stones and carving canyons with the roar of ages. But amidst these watery giants, two tales emerge. A miniature ode and an epic saga, whispering and roaring narratives of nature's grand design. In the verdant embrace of Montana, the Dee River, no wider than a whisper, trickles forth from a mountain spring. Barely 61 meters long, it dances across a meadow, a mere child amongst its behemoth kin. Yet, in its gentle gurgle, a symphony of life plays. Delicate wildflowers drink its song, insects skim its surface. And it joins the Clark Fork, its tiny voice contributing to the river's chorus. The Dee, though small, reminds us that beginnings, however humble, can lead to mighty journeys. Across continents, in the sun-kissed cradle of Africa, the Nile River unfurls its majestic mantle. Over 6,650 kilometers long, it snakes through 11 countries. A silver ribbon against the emerald savanna. From the snow-capped peaks of the Ruwenzori to the fertile plains of the Delta, it whispers ancient tales of pharaohs and pyramids, cradling civilizations in its timeless flow. The Nile, the longest river on earth, roars of the enduring power of water, shaping landscapes, nurturing life, and carrying history on its current. These two rivers, though separated by distance and size, hold a mirror to the diverse tapestry of this vital resource. The Dee, a fleeting whisper, speaks of the delicate balance of ecosystems, where every drop counts. The Nile, a thundering epic, resonates with the power of nature, carving a path through time and nurturing empires. But their stories are not isolated, they are threads woven into the larger narrative of water's journey. Every raindrop cascading down a mountain joins the Dee's song. Every snowflake melting on Kilimanjaro feeds the Nile's roar. We, too, are part of this story. Our actions, like gentle whispers or careless shouts, influence the flow of this precious resource. Liquid threads weaving across continents, whispering secrets to ancient stones and carving canyons with the roar of ages. But amidst these watery giants, two tales emerge. A miniature ode and an epic saga, whispering and roaring narratives of nature's grand design. In the verdant embrace of Montana, the Dee River, no wider than a whisper, trickles forth from a mountain spring. Barely 61 meters long, it dances across a meadow, a mere child amongst its behemoth kin. Yet, in its gentle gurgle, a symphony of life plays. Delicate wildflowers drink its song, insects skim its surface. And it joins the Clark Fork, its tiny voice contributing to the river's chorus. The Dee, though small, reminds us that beginnings, however humble, can lead to mighty journeys. Across continents, in the sun-kissed cradle of Africa, the Nile River unfurls its majestic mantle. Over 6,650 kilometers long, it snakes through 11 countries. A silver ribbon against the emerald savanna. From the snow-capped peaks of the Ruwenzori to the fertile plains of the Delta, it whispers ancient tales of pharaohs and pyramids, cradling civilizations in its timeless flow. The Nile, the longest river on earth, roars of the enduring power of water, shaping landscapes, nurturing life, and carrying history on its current. These two rivers, though separated by distance and size, hold a mirror to the diverse tapestry of this vital resource. The Dee, a fleeting whisper, speaks of the delicate balance of ecosystems, where every drop counts. The Nile, a thundering epic, resonates with the power of nature, carving a path through time and nurturing empires. But their stories are not isolated, they are threads woven into the larger narrative of water's journey. Every raindrop cascading down a mountain joins the Dee's song. Every snowflake melting on Kilimanjaro feeds the Nile's roar. We, too, are part of this story. Our actions, like gentle whispers or careless shouts, influence the flow of this precious resource. Waterfalls are not just breathtaking sights, they are also crucial ecosystems that support various life forms. Waterfall spray and mist create distinctive microclimates that foster diverse communities of flora and fauna. Mosses thrive in the humid environment, forming a green carpet on the rocks. Other plants, such as ferns and lichens, also grow around waterfalls, taking advantage of the abundant moisture. Waterfalls provide habitats for animals as well. Fish, insects, and amphibians all make their homes in the pools and streams created by the cascading water. Birds and mammals may visit waterfalls to drink or hunt. Some creatures have even adapted to the unique environment around. Waterfalls, such as the waterfall frog, which can cling to wet rocks with its suction cup-like toe pads. The microorganisms found in waterfall ecosystems are equally fascinating. Bacteria, fungi, and algae all contribute to the nutrient cycle, breaking down organic material and converting it into forms that plants can use. Biofilms, slimy layers of microorganisms that grow on the rocks near waterfalls, create habitats for many other tiny creatures. It is important to recognize the value of waterfalls beyond their aesthetic appeal. They are an integral part of the ecosystem, providing habitats and supporting a vast array of life. By protecting waterfalls, we can preserve these vibrant ecosystems for generations to come. Unfortunately, like many of nature's wonders, waterfalls face increasing threats from human activities and climate change. Diminished water flow due to over-extraction and droughts can jeopardize their ecosystems and compromise hydroelectric power generation. Pollution from industrial and agricultural sources contaminates their waters and harms the delicate balance of life they sustain. Unsustainable development can disrupt their natural flow and diminish their scenic beauty. In art, music, and literature, waterfalls have inspired countless creations.
Ponds, formed by rainwater, melting snow, or springs, are shallow bodies of fresh water pulsing with energy. Sunlight, the conductor of this aquatic orchestra, penetrates the water, fueling the growth of tiny green phytoplankton, the pond's primary producers. These microscopic marvels, through photosynthesis, transform sunlight into energy, feeding a multitude of creatures. Diving ducks and waddling frogs, amphibians like frogs and toads find a haven in the shallows, laying eggs in the water and hunting insects along the banks. Fishy ballet, schools of minnows and shimmering fish dart through the reeds, nibbling on algae and plankton, while larger predators like bays lurk in the shadows. Dragons of the deep, dragonfly nymphs, sleek and predatory, patrol the depths, their sharp mandibles ready to snap up unsuspecting prey. Busy builders, diving beetles and industrious water striders glide across the surface, their bodies skimming the water tension. Each creature in the pond plays a vital role in this intricate web of life. Decomposers, like microscopic bacteria and fungi, break down dead organisms, returning nutrients to the ecosystem. Dragonfly nymphs feast on mosquito larvae, keeping populations in check. And the fish, in turn, are food for larger predators, maintaining a delicate balance. Sadly, these miniature worlds face growing threats. Pollution from fertilizers and pesticides can disrupt the ecosystem, causing algal blooms that deplete oxygen. Habitat loss, due to development and land use changes, shrinks the vital space for pond life. Climate change, with its unpredictable weather patterns and rising temperatures, further stresses these fragile ecosystems. Preserving the magic of ponds requires our attention and care. By minimizing pollution, conserving water, and protecting natural habitats, we can ensure that these havens for life continue to thrive. Ponds, shallow whispers of freshwater, hum with unseen dramas. Seasonal floodplains, those ephemeral lands sculpted by the ebb and flow of floodwaters, are far from passive landscapes. They pulsate with a rhythmic energy, dictated by the changing seasons and the whims of rain-laden clouds. Let's delve into these dynamic ecosystems. Formation. Riverine arteries, overflowing rivers deposit rich sediment as they meander, creating fertile plains alongside their channels. Meltwater magic, in regions blessed with snowmelt. Seasonal thaws can inundate low-lying areas, birthing temporary floodplains. Coastal kisses, rising tides and storm surges can transform coastal zones into temporary watery worlds. Nature's pulse, wet waltz, floodwaters arrive, blanketing the land in a life-giving embrace. Nutrient-rich sediments are spread, enriching the soil for future growth. Sun-kissed slumber, as waters recede, the sun takes over, baking the land and triggering an explosion of plant life. Lush grasses, vibrant wildflowers, and even towering trees erupt from the fertile plains. Wildlife waltz, the floodplain becomes a bustling buffet for an array of creatures. Insects flit among blossoms, birds feast on seeds, and larger mammals like deer and bison graze on the bounty. Dry dreams, as autumn paints the land in golds and reds, the floodplain slumbers anew. The soil rests, nutrients replenished, ready for the next watery embrace. Significance, nature's larder, floodplains are agricultural powerhouses. Their fertile soils nurturing crops and supporting rural communities. Biodiversity havens, these dynamic ecosystems provide critical habitat for diverse flora and fauna, from fish in temporary pools to migrating birds seeking stopover points. Flood control heroes, they act as sponges, soaking up excess floodwaters and mitigating the impacts of downstream flooding. Cultural tapestry, for millennia, human societies have thrived alongside seasonal floodplains, weaving their stories into the land's rhythm. Raising awareness is important for it.
Brackish water farms, where briny and fresh water mingle, are rising stars in the world of aquaculture. These ingenious operations harness the unique blend of salt and sweetness to cultivate a surprising array of seafood, offering sustainable solutions and delicious results. Brackish water, with salinity levels between 0.5 and 30 parts per thousand, ppt, is too salty for freshwater species but not salty enough for most marine life. However, for a select group of organisms, it's the perfect recipe for success. Cast of characters: shrimp, the kings of brackish water aquaculture, thriving on the perfect salinity balance. Black tiger shrimp, white-leg shrimp, and giant freshwater prawns are some of the stars. Fish, milkfish, mullet, sea bass, and tilapia are just a few examples of the finfish that find a comfortable home in brackish waters. Seaweed and mollusks, oysters, mussels, and even certain types of seaweed can flourish in brackish environments, adding diversity to the harvest. Benefits galore, harnessing underutilized resources. Brackish water, often considered wastewater, is transformed into a productive space, minimizing environmental impact. Increased food security, brackish water aquaculture contributes significantly to global seafood production, offering a sustainable source of protein. Economic boon, these farms create jobs and boost local economies, particularly in coastal communities. Biodiversity boost, brackish water ecosystems support a variety of unique species, contributing to overall biodiversity. Sustainable solutions, recirculating aquaculture systems, minimizing water use and reducing environmental impact. Integrated multi-trophic aquaculture, combining different species to create a self-sustaining ecosystem. Biosecurity measures, implementing strict hygiene protocols to prevent disease outbreaks. Brackish water aquaculture holds immense potential for the future of food production, with ongoing research and technological advancements. Mangrove wetlands are those stunning coastal forests where land meets sea, thriving in a salty embrace. These unique ecosystems, with their tangled roots and emerald canopies, are more than just breathtaking landscapes, they are silent guardians of our coasts, playing a vital role in environmental and ecological health. Mangroves are a diverse group of trees and shrubs adapted to survive in brackish water, a blend of freshwater and saltwater. They possess specialized features like salt-filtering roots. These filter out excess salt from the water, allowing the mangroves to thrive in seawater. Aerial roots. These gnarled, above-ground roots provide vital oxygen to the plants in waterlogged soil. Prop roots. These stilt-like roots anchor the trees in soft mud, providing stability against waves and tides. Beyond their captivating looks, mangroves offer a wealth of benefits. Coastal protectors. They act as natural buffers against storms and tsunamis, mitigating wave erosion and safeguarding coastal communities. Nursery grounds. Their sheltered waters and abundant food sources provide breeding and nursery grounds for countless fish, shellfish, and crustaceans. Carbon champions. Mangroves are efficient carbon sequestrators, capturing and storing large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, mitigating climate change. Water purifiers. Their intricate root systems filter pollutants and sediments from water, keeping coastal ecosystems healthy. The branches of a mangrove forest buzz with life. Animals like fish, darting through the roots, finding shelter and abundant food sources. Birds, perching in the canopy, nesting and feeding on insects and fish. Reptiles, crawling amongst the roots, hunting for prey and sunning themselves. Mammals, monkeys swinging through the branches. And even manatees grazing on nearby seagrass. By safeguarding these coastal guardians, we not only preserve magnificent landscapes but also secure the well-being of coastal communities.
Swamp forests are those enigmatic ecosystems where land and water blur, creating a world of tangled trees, dappled sunlight, and secrets hidden in the murky depths. These mysterious landscapes, often misunderstood and feared, are in fact vital players in our planet's health, offering a refuge for diverse life and providing crucial ecological services. Where water reigns, swamp forests are permanently inundated with fresh water, either from rivers, lakes, or a high water table. This creates a unique environment where trees have adapted to survive in saturated soil. A tapestry of trees, cypress, tupelo, and mangroves are some of the common residents of these swampy worlds, their roots anchoring them in the soft muck and their branches reaching towards the sun. Life in the shadows. Below the water's surface, a hidden world thrives. Fish dart through the submerged branches, amphibians croak from the reeds, and insects buzz amidst the stillness. Beyond their captivating beauty, swamp forests play a vital role in our planet's health. Water purifiers. Their intricate root systems filter pollutants and sediments from water, acting as natural water treatment plants. Flood control heroes. They absorb excess water during floods, reducing their impact on downstream communities. Carbon champions. Swamp forests are efficient carbon sinks, capturing and storing large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, mitigating climate change. Nursery grounds. The sheltered waters and abundant food sources of swamp forests provide breeding and nursery grounds for countless fish, shellfish, and amphibians. By safeguarding these guardians of the environment, we ensure not only the survival of a unique ecosystem but also the well-being of the countless species that call it home. So, the next time you encounter a swamp forest, remember the magic hidden beneath the surface, the ecological services it provides, and the responsibility we have to protect it for future generations.
Groundwater is water that exists underground in saturated zones beneath the land surface. The upper surface of the saturated zone is called the water table. Groundwater is a vital resource that is used for drinking water, irrigation, and industrial purposes. Groundwater is stored in aquifers, which are layers of rock or sediment that can hold and transmit water. Aquifers can be found in different types of rocks, including sandstone, limestone, and gravel. The amount of groundwater in an aquifer depends on several factors. including the amount of rainfall, the type of rock, and the rate of water use. Groundwater is replenished by rainwater and snowmelt that infiltrates the ground. Groundwater is important because it is a reliable source of clean water. Groundwater is also less vulnerable to pollution than surface water. However, groundwater is not an unlimited resource. Overpumping groundwater can lead to depletion of aquifers and land subsidence. It is important to use groundwater sustainably to ensure that it is available for future generations. Here are some additional facts about groundwater. 1. Groundwater is the largest source of fresh water on Earth. 2. Groundwater can take hundreds or even thousands of years to travel from the surface to an aquifer. 3. Groundwater is used by more than 2 billion people for drinking water. 4. Groundwater is an important source of water for irrigation in many parts of the world. 5. Groundwater is used in a variety of industrial processes, such as food processing and manufacturing. Groundwater can be polluted by a variety of sources, including pesticides, fertilizers, and industrial waste. Pollution can make groundwater unsafe for drinking and can harm the environment. It is important to protect groundwater from pollution and to use it sustainably. We can do this by reducing our reliance on groundwater, by using water-efficient practices, and by protecting aquifers from pollution. Floodplains. A floodplain or bottomlands is an area of land adjacent to a river which stretches from the banks of its channel to the base of the enclosing valley walls, and which experiences flooding during periods of high discharge. The soils usually consist of clays, silts, sands, and gravels deposited during floods. Because the regular flooding of floodplains can deposit nutrients and water, floodplains frequently have high soil fertility. Some important agricultural regions, such as the Mississippi River Basin, the Nile and the Ganges, rely heavily on the floodplains. Agricultural regions as well as urban areas have developed near or on floodplains because the access to water and high-quality soil. However, the risk of flooding has led to increasing attempts of flood control. Many of the world's cities are built on floodplains. But if you build a city on a river's floodplain, sooner or later, it's pretty likely to be flooded. Many of the world's cities are built on floodplains. But if you build a city on a river's floodplain, sooner or later, it's pretty likely to be flooded. Deltas. A river delta is a landform created by deposition of sediment that is carried by a river as the flow leaves its mouth and enters slower moving or stagnant water. This occurs where a river enters an ocean, sea, estuary, lake, reservoir, or, more rarely, another river that cannot carry away the supplied sediment. It is so named because of its triangular shape, resembles the Greek capital letter delta, delta. Alluvial fan and delta. An alluvial fan is a triangle-shaped deposit of gravel, sand, and even smaller pieces of sediment, such as silt. This sediment is called alluvium. Alluvial fans are usually created as flowing water interacts with mountains, hills, or the steep walls of canyons. We have to protect it.
Wetlands provide numerous ecosystem services. Flood control. Wetlands act like sponges, soaking up excess water during heavy rains and snowmelt. This helps to reduce flooding downstream, protecting homes, businesses, and infrastructure. Natural water filtration. Wetlands filter pollutants and sediment from water as it flows through them. This helps to improve water quality for drinking, swimming, and fishing. Coastal protection. Coastal wetlands, such as mangroves and salt marshes, buffer coastlines from storms and erosion. They can also help to reduce the damage caused by tsunamis and hurricanes. Habitat for fish and shellfish. Wetlands provide critical breeding and nursery grounds for many species of fish and shellfish. These species are then a food source for other animals, including humans. Sources of wood and other forest products. Some wetlands, such as swamps and bogs, are home to trees that can be harvested for wood and other forest products. Ecotourism. Wetlands are popular destinations for ecotourism, which is tourism that focuses on nature and conservation. Ecotourism can generate income for local communities and help to raise awareness of the importance of wetlands. High biodiversity. Wetlands are home to a wide variety of plants and animals, including many rare and endangered species. This high biodiversity is important for the health of the ecosystem and provides benefits for humans, such as pollination and pest control. Habitat for rare and endangered species. Wetlands provide essential habitat for many rare and endangered species, such as birds, fish, and amphibians. Protecting wetlands is essential for the survival of these species. Source of nutrients and energy to adjacent habitats. Wetlands export nutrients and energy to adjacent habitats, such as rivers, lakes, and oceans. This supports the food webs in these ecosystems and helps to keep them healthy. Protecting and restoring wetlands is critical for ensuring the health of our planet.
Bangladesh, a land crisscrossed by rivers and fringed by the Bay of Bengal, is blessed with an abundance of wetlands. These watery havens, encompassing roughly 7% of the country's landmass, are not just scenic backdrops, they are vital ecosystems pulsating with life and underpinning the well-being of millions. However, these irreplaceable treasures face a multitude of threats, casting a long shadow over their future. Disappearing act. The very existence of wetlands is under siege. Driven by population pressure and agricultural expansion, vast swathes are being converted to farmland, settlements, and aquaculture ponds. The Sundarbans, the world's largest mangrove forest, is losing ground at an alarming rate, with rising sea levels and human encroachment contributing to its erosion. This disappearing act not only fragments habitats but also disrupts the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Pollution's poisonous touch, industrial waste, agricultural runoff, laden with fertilizers and pesticides, and untreated sewage are all finding their way into the lifeblood of these wetlands. This toxic cocktail contaminates water sources, harms aquatic life, and disrupts food chains. The once vibrant waters become breeding grounds for disease, posing a serious threat to human health and livelihoods. Overharvesting, a relentless appetite, the rich bounty of wetlands, from fish and shellfish to reeds and timber, has long been a source of sustenance for local communities. However, unsustainable harvesting practices are pushing these resources to the brink. Overfishing depletes fish stocks, while the overexploitation of reeds and timber disrupts the delicate balance of the ecosystem, leaving it vulnerable to further degradation. Land use conflict, a tug-of-war. The fertile lands surrounding wetlands are coveted for agriculture, leading to a constant tug-of-war for space. Embankments are built to drain wetlands for cultivation, disrupting natural water flow and altering the delicate equilibrium. This not only impacts the wetland ecosystem but also increases the risk of floods and droughts. Flowing imbalances, a double-edged sword. The natural flow of water in Bangladeshi wetlands is crucial for their health. However, upstream dams and diversions disrupt this flow, leading to water scarcity during the dry winter months and devastating floods during the monsoon. This erratic water regime stresses the ecosystem, making it vulnerable to further degradation and impacting the livelihoods of communities dependent on it. Saline intrusion, a creeping threat with the lack of freshwater flow. In the dry season, saline water from the Bay of Bengal creeps inland, infiltrating the freshwater zones of wetlands. This salinization renders the land unsuitable for agriculture and disrupts the delicate balance of the ecosystem, impacting plant and animal life that thrive in freshwater environments. Erosion and siltation, a muddy mess. Deforestation in the catchment areas of rivers and the construction of embankments lead to soil erosion. This eroded soil, laden with silt, washes into wetlands, clogging waterways, smothering aquatic life, and altering the physical characteristics of the ecosystem. This muddy mess disrupts natural processes and hinders the overall health of the wetlands. Development's heavy footprint, the construction of roads, bridges, and other infrastructure projects often fragments wetlands, disrupting connectivity and hindering the movement of water and wildlife. These developments also introduce pollutants and invasive species, further stressing the already vulnerable ecosystem. The threats to Bangladeshi wetlands are complex and interconnected. Addressing them requires a multi-pronged approach that prioritizes conservation, sustainable resource management, and community engagement. Government policies need to be strengthened to protect these vital ecosystems, while communities must be empowered to act as stewards of their wetlands. Research and development efforts should focus on finding sustainable solutions for agriculture, water management, and infrastructure development that coexist with, rather than compromise, the delicate balance of these irreplaceable ecosystems. The future of Bangladeshi wetlands hangs in the balance. By recognizing the threats they face and taking decisive action, we can ensure that these watery havens continue to thrive, providing a lifeline for people and nature alike. Let us remember that protecting wetlands is not just about preserving a beautiful landscape, it is about safeguarding the very foundation of our well-being and the future of generations to come. Thank you.